Hello, Deck It Out Juniors, and welcome back to your next Deck It Out box. This month is a little different. You will have one block of wood. Okay, we've already sanded and prepped it for you, so it's nice and smooth, ready to go. You'll have your Monogram Stencil, and the stencil will go with the block of wood. You will have 2 colors of thread. Okay, you'll have a cup of nails. You're getting a really super cool hammer that's perfect for your hands, good size. You'll have 5 bundles of different colored yarn. You will have 1 bundle of the white yarn, okay? And then you will have the 1 orange sponge, the white paint, and then you will have little pieces, a little strip of string. You'll have 5 of these, okay, included in your kit. And we'll go through how to make the Pom-Pom Garland, which is what all of these projects, or this material is for. We'll go through that second. We're going to start with our string art project. So for our string art project, on your table, you'll want your placemat, your block, your white paint, and your stencil can be set off to the side. Okay, so you want to paint your block white. White is the included color, but you can really use any color of paint that you might have at home. Maybe you have some paint left over from another one of your craft boxes, or maybe you go and you have some acrylic paint or different house paint color to maybe match your room. So you can really use any paint, and you're gonna paint this block of wood in its entirety. Once you're done with this, we're going to let it dry before we apply the stencil, and then I will show you how to put the nails in the stencil for your string art project. Once your block is painted and the paint is dry, okay, make sure it's nice and dry, you're gonna take your Monogram stencil. You can smooth it out a little bit. You'll see that there's this clear layer over the stencil, the blue stencil. Flip it over, start in a corner, and pull back, okay? You wanna make sure all the blue, see how it kinda came up? Push it back down. All the blue stays down on that transfer tape. We're not gonna need this piece, so you can throw that away. Flip it over and place it where you would like your letter, your monogram, on your block of wood, okay? Once you have aligned it where you want it, I kinda like to measure with my fingers. Get a ruler out if you need it. Right now it's hovering. I haven't applied pressure yet. Once you apply pressure, it is set. So I'm happy with where the M is. Okay, and I'm gonna smooth it out. I'm sticking that sticker down. Then you're gonna go to the corner of your clear, your transfer tape, and now you're gonna pull up. Now, if any of your blue stencil comes up or lifts, make sure you push it right back down, okay? You want it all to stick down. All right, so smooth it back down. We're ready for the next step. Okay, our next step is taking our nails and our really fun hammer, and you're going to line your monogram, line your letter with nails. I'm gonna start in the corner, and what I'd recommend for you is to start in all of your corners. So do you see how I'm pinching it here? And there's the head of the nail, and you're going to tap that, but pinch it with your 2 fingers. I'm putting it right here in the corner. Let me see if I can help get you a little bit closer. Okay. Put it right there in the corner, and then you're gonna take your hammer, and I'm tapping. Now, nice easy taps, okay? Because you don't wanna take your finger and smash it. Nice easy taps. okay? And make sure it gets in there nice and sturdy. I would say it's a little bit over 1/2 inch sticking out from the board. Now you want to make sure it's sturdy because eventually we're going to wrap twine or string around. Okay, so go to all of your corners first. Okay, so I'm going to put this one in this corner. Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. In this corner. The other thing I'm going to tell you is make sure that they're almost equal because you don't want your nails being all different heights. Now it seems silly, but we're gonna put another nail in here. Now this one's leaning a little bit, so I want you to just tap it out from the side if it's leaning one way. But you really need nails in every corner. Okay, so let's do that. Be careful, slow and steady, and fill in the corners first. All right, so you see that I did put my nails in. Some of them are a little crooked. You can come back if you want and straighten them out with your hammer. Okay, kind of tuck it in there. Now, when you're happy with it, remember that they're all hopefully somewhat near the same height, okay? Then you're gonna pull your stencil off because this was just there to help you put your lines in, okay? So we're not using it to paint today. We're just using it to put our letter lines in with our nails. So peel this up, and then you need to start thinking about what color string you are going to use for your first colors on your letter. Now, I'm giving you 2 colors this month. The 2 colors, you could mix them in with each other, or you could kind of do a blend of colors if you wanted. So maybe like the top half is pink and the bottom half is purple. You could do the outline in a color and then the inside in another color. I'm using one of the extra nails I have to pull the stencil out. You want to make sure you get all the stencil out before you put your string in. It's just easier to see right now. Even though you have a lot of nails in here, there's some detours to get through, but you want to pull all that out, okay? So let's get started with our string art. Okay, step 1, you're going to take your string, whichever color you're starting with, and make a little tie. Now I'm having you do it like this. Let's zoom in a little bit, because then when you get down to your corner where you're going to start, I'm going to start in this bottom right corner. Now I'm just pulling to tighten, okay? And I will do one more loop because I want to be sure that this is where I'm starting, and I'm just going to pull this through and tie it, and I'm going to leave this tail inside. Now this part right down here is the bottom of my M, okay? So now every time I go around a nail, so we're at this nail right here. Let me zoom in a little bit more. You can go around this nail. I'm going to go from the bottom up and around and circle back down. Now, I do have tension on here. I am pulling it across. Right now I'm kind of just pushing these colors down a little bit. I'm going to go up the side because if I go across, this is just the base of my M, that little rectangle at the bottom of the M. I'm going to, oopsie, I unlooped it. So loop, loop, and make sure you get all your thread to come with you, girls. Okay, loop. See how it broke apart there? I don't want that to happen. I want to keep going with it. I'm pulling it tight as I go, looping it around, okay? Part 1 of your string art, you want to go all the way around your letter. Okay, you want to do the border first. Oh, I'll catch you up here. And as I go around each nail, I am looping, okay? Looping around. So my string is tied to each. And look at here. It does look like I missed a nail. So I'm going to add that one in quick because this needs to be a corner. So just double checking that I did in fact miss it, because this would be coming down. Okay, so I'm going to put this one in here so that I have the corner up here. If you miss it, that's okay. Easy enough to add. Okay, now we'll carry on. I'm still pulling tight. And obviously I just kind of eyeballed that one. Okay, keep pulling tight. Repeat this process to get it all the way around the outline of your letter. All right, once you get your outline done, you'll notice that I did my outline twice. You don't have to, I just did. You can continue with the same color you have, or you can pick up your other color. But now you're going to crisscross between your nails in any variety of ways. There's not a set way to do this. And you'll start to fill in between your outlines. So now you're going to use the string to color in the middle space. You'll see that I'm still wrapping it to make sure that I keep the string in the place that I really want it to be. Okay, so you continue this on. Now when you're done with a color, you're gonna stop, you're gonna knot it, keep the knot on the inside like we did with the original, and then knot your next color, and you can start zigzagging with that one. You do not need to do the outline for your second color. Okay, when you get to the bottom or the end of your rope, or you're ready to, or the string, and you're ready to change colors, you're going to make a knot like you did to start, or a tie. I'm still pulling on my string to keep it tight. Okay, because I don't want it to completely unravel. I'm gonna put that on my nail. I'm gonna pull it tight. Okay, and I'm gonna do a second one, and then I'm gonna tuck my string underneath. And you can trim it off as well. So, trying to grab my string here. If it doesn't work, you might have a tweezers or an X-Acto knife that you can loop around. Your string comes undone. Try to twist it back together to do another loop and through. And then once you have it tied, just trim it off or tuck it underneath, whatever you prefer. And you can now start your second color if you'd like. Super fun. This will look awesome in your rooms. Okay, so let's take a look at our next project, which is the Pom-Pom Garland. I have pre-made 4 pom-poms, okay? Let me show you how to make these pom-poms. So you're gonna have a bundle of yarn, and you should have 5 bundles of them. Take your hand and I spread out my fingers and I just wrap it like this. Just wrap it around, okay? Not too tight because you're going to have to pull it off your hand. So wrap it, wrap it, wrap it, wrap it, okay? And that's okay, wherever that ends, that's okay. And I'm gonna take it off and kind of set it on my table like this. We're not using the white. That's gonna be the string to hold your garland in place. So you're gonna pick up the bundle and you're going to tie it with one of the smaller pieces of yarn. Tie it, I pull very tight and I tie it in a knot, okay? Because that's holding this bundle together. So now on either side of this tie, you should have loops, okay? Take your scissors, put your scissors through the loops, and cut. Okay, you wanna make sure you cut every loop on both sides. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now you have these ties, but now you can kind of fluff your pom-pom. You could, see, sometimes you find ones that you did not cut. You could, if you want, fray these edges out on your pom-pom. So you could fray them out and sit and pull each one apart and kind of fray it so that it gives it a more full look. That will change the look of your pom-pom garland, but it will be really fun. So if you want to do that, I'm just separating the pieces and I'm just kind of pulling them apart. So every strand kind of goes apart. So determine what kind of pom-pom you want, the frayed one or the non-frayed one. All right, then we'll get ready to attach it to our garland. Okay, so you can spread out your white yarn, and then you're simply gonna take your pom-poms, and I would lay them out equal distance apart, but you don't have to, or maybe make them a certain distance apart between 2 and 3 of them, and then you're just gonna tie them on. Okay, so they're gonna hang from your white yarn string. Okay, so you're gonna just find your 2. And if you don't find your 2, find 2 that you can use to tie. And you're gonna tie them on your garland. And then, girls, this is your kit for the month of October. So put all your pom-poms on, and then you'll have your garland with your monogrammed string art. How awesome and adorable is that? I can't wait to hear how this project goes for you and what you decide to do with your monogram letter and where you hang your pom-pom garland. Thanks for joining us. Be sure to check out our Facebook group, Deck It Out DIYers, and post your projects in there.